You know, your life is always driving towards something. You're always moving towards something in your life. And oftentimes, we're driving blind. We don't know what we're moving towards. We don't know what we're driving towards. We have this idea of how we want our life to be, but yet we have no idea of the roadmap to get there, and we don't think about the roadmap to get there. And all we do is keep driving, going down the same road, the same path, having the same experiences. Yeah, it's by a different name, different people, different situation, but it's the same experience. And the road is always the same, whether it's I-20, 75, I-85, 95, I-10. It doesn't matter what the road is, I-65. It's always the same. It's always the same until you decide to change it, until you decide to make a difference. And I'm going to tell you one way that we can do that, one way you can do that. But first, I want to thank all my patrons. I want to thank everybody who subscribed to the YouTube channel, all the people who follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Look, I appreciate you guys. Please go ahead and like me, like this video, share this video, like every page I just mentioned, and continue to be on Patreon as well. I really appreciate you guys as well. And hey, online you can order from Uncle Renz Popcorn. That's UR Popcorn, the letter U, the letter R, the word popcorn.com. If you want to support my business, that would be awesome. I appreciate that. We ship all over the world, so thank you very much for that. So this morning, as I'm going about my day, as I started my day at 4 o'clock this morning, and as I'm going about my day, I was thinking about a lot of the things in my life that aren't necessarily going the way I want them to go. They're not necessarily moving in a direction that I want them to go. They're in a point of stagnation, I should say. And they're also in a point of a repetitive cycle. And oftentimes, in order to break a habit, if you was with me on our study of Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill on Patreon, then you already know some of these things I'm about to tell you. But when your life is in a stagnation, when it's in a repetitive cycle, and you're seeing the same things happen in your life over and over again, you know that you're set up for failure. You know you're set up to exist in the same life that you've been existing in. But here's the problem with that. Because the one permanent in the universe, the one constant in the universe is change. In your body and your life and your mind and your relationships and your money, those things aren't changing to keep up. They're not changing as the universe changes. Then you'll find yourself actually losing. Like I said when we did the study of the book, the Kabbalion, right? Nothing ever stays the same. All things are moving. All things are vibrating. Things are either living or they're dying. They're either going up, or they're going down. They're vibrating higher or they're vibrating lower. You're either moving up the polarity scale or you're moving down the polarity scale. One of the two are always happening. So because you think you might be in stagnation, you're really not in a point of stagnation. You're in a point of failure. You're in a point of loss. You're in a point of sickness. You're in a point of brokenness if you believe that you're at a point of stagnation. And because I realize that there are certain aspects of my life, vital aspects of my life right now, that are somewhat stagnant, that are stagnant, I was realizing this morning that it's time for a change. A change must happen in my life. Otherwise, the repetitive cycles that I've been through in my life over the last 10 years will continue. And those cycles, as nature always does, make things more permanent, will make it permanent in my life. And because I cannot live in this existence on this matter plane with this as a permanency of my life, then I realize I have to change it. And so do you. You have to change it. So how do we do that? How do we change it? How do we make it different in our life? I'm going to tell you how you make it different. There are multiple ways, and you'll hear people say, write down all your goals. That's a good thing. One of the things that I teach is once you write down your goals, take your top 1 or 2 goals and that will make the biggest difference in your life. Write those two, take those two, set them aside, and then write out a plan. Everything that is needed in order for those goals to be fulfilled. Everything that you can think of that will fulfill those goals. For instance, if your goal is to start a business and this year, and that business will have the biggest impact on your life, then what are all the things that need to occur in order for you to do that? You need to write a business plan. You need to get your credit better. You need to have some skin in the game, i.e. some money that you can put in it. How do you get that money? Where do you go? Where's the networking events? What's going on with the SBA? Can you go to the SBA? Is there an investment program in your city? There are so many things. Write them all down. How are you going to save your money? Are you saving 10% of your income? Do you need to downgrade some things so you can save 10%, 20%, 30% in order to start this business? You write down everything that could possibly happen, that you need to happen in order for this goal to be accomplished. And you will think it's serendipity, but the universe will start moving you in that direction. That's one way. That's one thing, but that's not the moment that I'm in right now. The moment I'm in right now is a little bit different. It's a little bit more drastic. It's a little more drastic. You see, almost every change of a habit that happens in our lives that's not affected by someone else being the causal factor happens either out of pain or pleasure. We change things ourselves. When we're the causal factor, we're causing the change to happen. It's out of pain or pleasure. Either we experience the tremendous amount of pain or we experience the tremendous amount of pleasure. Either we're trying to avoid a tremendous amount of pain or we're trying to acquire a tremendous amount of pleasure. Now, unfortunately, our world exists in a negative connotation right now, a negative mindset, a negative energy pathway. And because it exists in the negative format right now, most people won't change their lives, won't make a huge difference in their lives unless they're hit by a pain point. And usually it has to be emotional, mental, or physical in order for them to do it. You take a person, they've been gaining weight every year. Every year they're gaining weight. They went from a size 10 to a size 12 in 2018. 2019, they're already on the pathway to that size 14. 2020, they're going to be a size 16. It's going to creep up on them. And by the time we get to 2022, they 300 pounds and they wearing a size 26 or 28, whatever it is. Your jacket size went from a 36, now you're wearing a 46. And because now the doctor says you have diabetes, now your arthritis is kicking in. Now you can't get in your car that well. You're too big to get in your car. Now your bed is got too much weight on your bed. You're starting to have problems sleeping, and you develop sleep apnea. And then after you develop all that, you're not sleeping well, so your skin starts looking bad, and you start developing skin irritations and all kind of skin diseases. And then you're not able to bathe yourself as well, and all these things starts happening. And at some point you hit a moment of pain where you say enough is enough. That's it. But some of y'all don't reach enough pain until you die from this existence. That you continue to live that life, whatever that life is, until this existence is over. You stayed in that pain point. And because people told you that, just the next life is better, and people told you that, I'm just happy to be alive, that's not good enough. You're in pain constantly. Constantly. Your relationships keep being jacked up. You can't get that happiness. You can't get that love. You can't get that communication. You can't get that joy. Because you keep doing the same thing, or you stuck in some mode because of something that happened in your past, because that dude did this and that woman did that, and you're stuck. Most of the time we move because of pain. We don't look at life and say that, you know what? I want to have a great relationship. I want to have all the love, the romance, the dating, the dancing. I want to have, we're going to do all these, take walks, do all these things together, just be in love, cuddle up, watch movies, go for walks together. We're going to, oh man, that love effect is tremendous. And I know when I have that kind of love in my life, I'm more efficient at work. I'm more apt to go out and do things because I know I got this super supportive person in my life. And we go out and we challenge things. And when we do have issues, we communicate so well with each other and we talk and ensure that, when I speak to her, I am speaking in a way that she understands, not a way that I understand. I'm making sure she understands me. And when she speaks to me, it's the same way. We're very descriptive in our communication. When I say stuff like, look, I know that I like the house to be kind of clean. So what I'm going to do is when I get home every day, I'm going to take the first hour and a half to clean the house, so that we can spend the rest of the evening, in an environment where we can have fun and enjoy each other's company. Not coming every time I come home, this house look a mess, and you and I need to clean this thing up. I communicate in a different way that she gets it, that he gets it, and I'm gonna keep doing that. That's what I see. We don't think like that. Whatever it is that you find pleasure in, we don't think like that. Let me focus on the pleasure of what I can have. Most of the time, we only focus on the negative. So what I want you to do as a thought experiment is whatever it is you want to change in your life, whatever rut you're in, whatever stagnation you believe you have, whatever's dying in your life and you want to bring it back to life, what I want you to do is do this thought exercise. I want you to take 10 minutes every day, 10 minutes every day. If you can't do 10, do 5, but take some time every day. And you know what? If you're real serious, do 10 minutes every day. 10 minutes every day. I want you to at least to sit down, right? They want write out how painful it would be if your life continued in the way it is. How painful it would be if whatever that subject matter, whatever that situation continued in the way it is. Write that out. Write all the details, everything that can happen, every negative thing, all the cons that can happen from it. And then I want you to live it for 10 minutes. I want you to live it, in your mind. I want you to live it for 10 minutes because I want you to feel that pain in your imagination and then smell it and feel it and touch it, emotionalize it. I want you to feel that pain. And then after you spent that 10 minutes feeling that pain, I want you to spend 10 minutes focusing on what it would take to not have that in your life. Focus on what all you need to do that could bring that the opposite effect, that could bring the joy, the happiness, bring that into life. Focus on that for 10 minutes afterwards. And then for the rest of your day, rest of your night, keep reminding yourself of what it would be like to have the opposite of that negative impact in your life. Do that. And I look forward to hearing what your experiences have been. And it's not a short turnaround, guys. It's not a short turnaround. It's something that takes time. So be willing to take the time to do this. Take the effort to do it. If you're not, what's the point? You have so many years of life. You spend so many years working. You spend so many years watching TV, so many years eating, so many years in traffic. You spend all this time doing these other things. Why not spend that time making your life better? Making your life better. So I appreciate you guys. Please continue to subscribe, like this channel, watch these other 2 videos, and remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. And shop at Uncle Renz Popcorn.